Have you ever found yourself feeling utterly stuck? I'm not talking about the kind of stuck where you're physically trapped somewhere. No, this is deeper. It's that nagging feeling inside, like you're running in place, trying hard but getting nowhere. You wake up each day, and it feels like you're living on repeat, walking through life, but never really moving forward. You look around, and everything seems the same job, the same worries, the same routine. And with every day that passes, the weight of that stuck feeling grows heavier, doesn't it? We've all been there. And if you're feeling this way now, I want you to know something very important. This feeling is not your reality. It's not who you are. Feeling stuck is part of the human experience, but it's not a life sentence. You are not destined to stay in this place. You are not destined to repeat the same day over and over again. Now, let's break it down. What is this feeling of being stuck? You might think it's because of your circumstances, a job that feels like a dead end, a relationship that's become stagnant, or maybe it's your own thoughts, keeping you locked in a cycle of doubt. But the truth is, being stuck is rarely about the things around you. It's about what's going on inside you. We all build invisible cages for ourselves. You might not even realize it, but you've built one. It's made of fears, past failures, and self-doubt. It's made of comfort zones and old habits that no longer serve you. And every time you say, "I can't," or "I'm not good enough," or "What's the point?" you add another bar to that cage. But here's what I want you to realize today. Those bars, they're not real. They only exist because you believe they do. They only have power because you've given them power. What if you woke up tomorrow and decided that every single one of those limitations was a lie? What if you decided that the only thing holding you back is the story you've been telling yourself? Think about it. Think about the moments in your life when you felt the most alive, the most free. Maybe it was when you tried something new for the first time, when you traveled to a new place, met new people, or stepped into a situation that scared you, but also excited you. Those moments didn't come because you stayed in your comfort zone. They came because you took a risk. You moved forward despite the fear, despite the uncertainty. Life isn't meant to be lived standing still. It's meant to be dynamic, to flow, like a river that constantly finds its way around obstacles. But too often, we get caught up in the idea that once we hit a roadblock, we're done. We tell ourselves, "This is it. I've hit my limit." But that's just the fear talking. The truth is, the only time you're stuck is when you stop moving, when you stop trying. The world around you is constantly changing. Seasons shift, trees shed their leaves, tides rise and fall. Yet, we sometimes hold on to the belief that we are supposed to stay the same. That change is something to be feared. But change is inevitable. In fact, staying the same is the real illusion. The truth is, whether you like it or not, you're always changing. Every experience, every interaction, every new thought is shaping who you are. And that means that at any moment, you have the power to shift the direction of your life. You can choose to let go of the chains that have been holding you back. Now I get it. It's not easy. When you've been stuck for so long, it's hard to even imagine what moving forward looks like. You've gotten so used to the way things are, so used to the routine, that it feels safer to stay in place than to step into the unknown. But let me ask you this. What's more frightening? The possibility of failure or the certainty of staying stuck? You don't have to change everything overnight. You don't have to know the whole path ahead. All you need is to take one step, one small action. Sometimes the smallest step in the right direction ends up being the biggest decision of your life. Maybe that step is as simple as doing something different today, talking to someone new, trying a new hobby, applying for that job you've been eyeing, or even just changing your morning routine. Here's the thing. When you start to move, even just a little, you begin to realize that the chains holding you back were never as strong as you thought. You start to see that the cage you've built for yourself is not impenetrable. It's flimsy, it's weak, and with every step you take, it begins to crumble. Think of a butterfly. Before it transforms, it's just a caterpillar, crawling on the ground, stuck in the same routine, living a life that feels small and limited. Then one day, it enters the cocoon, and in that dark, confined space, it begins to change. It's not an easy process. It's uncomfortable. It's messy. But when it emerges, it doesn't crawl anymore. It flies. You're in your cocoon right now. And yes, it might feel dark, it might feel cramped, and you might not see the light at the end yet. But you're not stuck. You're growing. You're changing. And when you finally break free, you won't just step out of that cocoon, you'll soar. So the next time you feel stuck, the next time you feel like you're trapped in place, remember this: you're not stuck. You're not trapped. You're transforming. Keep moving. Keep pushing forward, even when it feels hard. Especially when it feels hard. Because on the other side of this, there's a version of you waiting to fly. And that version of you, they've already broken free.